Hello, everyone. I am just getting started on the final outer wall of Minas Tirith, which is a amazing 8,278 piece Lego set from Lord of the Rings. This castle is absolutely bonkers. You can see this whole thing here. I've done the light while build instructions, and I am just about to finish the final section right here. Now, as an early preview for anyone that is watching this video that is not online yet, I will give you a quick sneak peek on what that looks like right here. That is the full set right now that I have, and I am not going to attempt to move this in the back. Hey, Wald, good to see you. Thanks for joining. That's okay. Thanks for saying hi and stopping in. I'm just about to start on the outer walls, and I just wanted to give a quick early preview of some of the lighting. The back is also really well lit with some really cool flame effects and the Palantir and a bunch of stuff that I will show on the final reveal video. But right now, I am about to kick off the outer wall section with some of the gates as well, and we'll just go from here. Good to see you, though. I'm doing really well. It's been a lot of work on this one. I have been fairly quiet on the channel for a lot of reasons on this build. This is the biggest Lego set I've ever put together ever, by a factor of I think 2,000 more pieces than I've ever put together. So I've been working on this late night every single night for the past month, and it's taken a lot out of me. But it's been a lot of fun, and especially with lighting it on top of it while I'm building it, it's been a real treat. Do I like DC? I do like DC. Um, I am more of a Marvel guy, to be completely honest, but I do like DC for sure. I saw that there's a bunch of cool new DC leaks that are coming out from Lego, which apparently is the Daily Planet, which would be really cool to build. I think I would probably pick that up if I had a chance, and that's the set that they're going to be releasing, but it's going to be pretty cool. Who is my favorite comic book character? I would have to say Doctor Strange. In fact, his stuff is right here. So I definitely keep him close on my desk. Yeah, the Infinity Saga was epic. I really, really like this thing. It's given to me by a good friend of mine. The Eye of Agamotto. Um, it's has some special significance, but yeah, he's an awesome guy. As far as DC, um, I would probably have to say Batman. He's especially the Christopher Nolan version of Batman was absolutely epic, and I'm not quite there on the Robert Pattinson version yet, but yeah, Christopher Nolan with Christian Bale, absolutely awesome. Okay, yeah, all good. Thanks for stopping in. It's always good to see you. I really appreciate all the support and checking in on all the comments as well too. So it's always good to see your name pop up. I will. I'll probably post this one depending on how long I go. I don't know how long it's going to be on a live stream. I haven't done a live one in quite a while, so if it gets some attention and people watching and people are interested, I will probably post this up later. But yeah, we'll go from there. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. For anyone that has joined my channel for the first time, my name's Kev. I'm originally from Canada, and I am living in Australia. And I am a massive Lego fan and also an architecture fan. But really, what I am super passionate about is lighting. And my channel is all about lighting Lego. So this stuff that you're seeing behind me right now it's a bit tough because I've actually got a bit of studio lighting right now, lighting it up nicely. But can kind of see all the bright lights kind of shining around here, and it's a bit of flames as well, probably just a little bit off camera. Some lights up here as well too, so quite a lot of lighting, a lot of interior lighting as well as going into this. But yeah, my passion is really making Lego sets come alive with some beautiful lighting, which I am here to do today as well. So I am building the Minas Tirith full light my bricks light while build instructions for anyone that's interested. This is a very awesome company that is based actually in Australia, coincidentally. And they have some absolutely insanely awesome lighting products that maybe I don't know if I actually have any on my desk right now, but I can kind of show you the cable and why this is so crazy. These cables right here are like physics defying thin. So to the point where you can literally like fit them in between the impossible cracks in between these plates and between the studs, and it's insane how good they are. And if anybody has ever done any lighting with this type of stuff before, you'll know what I'm talking about, because it is really hard to put wires underneath all this stuff without making the pieces kind of bump out and bow out and never really connect properly. And it's frustrating to say the least. Not that this set or these kits aren't also frustrating sometimes, but as far as you get in terms of being the easiest, making it look the best with the best lighting designers, hands down, these are the best kits out there, in my opinion, on pretty much every single one that I've ever put together. I would say I am biased, but I've actually done a comparison of a few different light kits. One was the original series Light My Bricks, back when they used to use the old wires. And then I also compared a Game of Bricks model kit as well, which was pretty good. Oop, I just got a Lego piece shooting right out. I compared that all three on the exact same model of Lego set, which was the Palace Cinema, actually, from Lego, and tore it apart 3 times to be able to get all the different light kits and all the cool things about each one. And ultimately came away with the winner being the 2.0 series, which is the one that I'm using right now. And it is awesome. So if you're interested in seeing that, I called it the Great Brick Light Up Challenge on my Instagram. Definitely go take a look. It's like Chronicles. And you can kind of see all of the cool features that each one of the kits had. But I have come away with a pretty good understanding of at least what I like. Maybe others have other opinions, and that's okay. But from my view, especially on this stuff right here. So the light wild build instructions, they actually build a full customized Lego. It looks exactly like the Lego instructions, but they add the lights into it while you're building it, which was another huge complaint of mine for many, many years. Because if you are a fan of Lego, you kind of like the building part of it, and you absolutely despise the destroying it part. And the destroying it part was ultimately the stuff that I could not get my head around. I hated it, and you spent a lot of time putting this all together. Like, imagine destroying pieces of this wall right now after I spent a month building it to string a wire through. Like, it would just be, it'd be I can't even imagine what that would feel like, to be honest. So the uniqueness of having the Lightwell build is not to be put in any lower form of importance on at least my enjoyment of it. So if you are ever curious about it, go check out their website, because it is phenomenal. They're sometimes expensive. I'll definitely put that out there as well too. They're not the cheapest, but they are certainly the best, in my opinion. So it's definitely a joy to be able to show you guys a little bit about my passion today. But I am checking a look at the screen just to take a look at comments as well too. So, but I am not focusing on it all the time. So if I take a few minutes to not respond or say hi, that's why. But I'll look now. I got two highs. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining. It's good to have you joining me today. And hopefully you guys are Lego fans or interested in Lego. But I'd love to know a little bit more about some of the people that are spending their time with me today. It's an honor that you're choosing to watch this right now. So where's everybody joining from? It's okay if you don't want to share. Um, I am trying to put together a bit of a section of the wall for anyone that is just joining here. Please give me a shout out. Lifted Designs. Hello, Lifted Designs. Thank you for watching. Where are you watching from today? I'm going to try to not talk over the whole thing because some of the best parts about Lego, in my opinion, is the sound that all of the pieces snapping together makes. Hopefully it's good audio enough that you can hear that, but those little clicks are awesome. Now I'm pretty sure this is the side, so I'm probably going to be like coming around the corner on building this wall here. We'll see where it actually ends up, but one of my kind of mini I try not to cheat in terms of like what I'm actually building and I try to guess. This one obviously is going to be the outer wall already. But where in the section of wall it is, I have no idea. This is almost for sure right here, part of the turret, I'm guessing. I'm actually going to focus the camera a little bit more so you can kind of see what I'm building. There you go. Ah, that's better. Sorry about that. I already built one section because I forgot about the light while build instructions. Don't you always start with bag number one? I actually started, I think, with like bag 13, but this was bag number one. So this is going somewhere. But it'll pop out pretty quickly when I start adding all this stuff in. But the pieces were just sitting there as I realized my mistake. And I said, I don't want to have it kind of lost because I have already lost one critical piece and had to improvise on something earlier. So I didn't want to do that again. So I just put it all together. So we know that that's definitely the first one that I just showed you is definitely going to be the door, which apparently is pretty intricate from what I have seen on the reviews. That door is going to take a lot of time and a lot of pieces, apparently. But the rest of the walls also will have quite a lot of detail because they actually will have lighting kind of all through the whole thing. Now, I don't know what kind of lighting yet. There's at least 2 bags of lighting that I have to put on still, which is actually pretty substantial compared to all the work that I have put in so far. Let's see here. Okay, so I have, oh, there we go. I thought I'd already lost a piece, but I got it. Okay, so we got that, and we have almost completed this step, it looks like. That's pretty good. Oop. Can't a lot of this thing. There we go. All right, so that's obviously going to be a connection point, so that looks pretty cool. And my guess is it's going to hook into this thing right here somewhere. There's connectors somewhere, so maybe not exactly there yet, but we're getting there. Thanks for everybody for joining in, those that are new to watching. I'm building the Lego Minas Tirith castle from Lord of the Rings. If anybody has seen those movies, if you have not, and you are of age to be able to watch that movie, that is a absolutely amazing, epic movie. It's by far one of my favorites of all time, and I regularly watch that movie. Actually, it's almost, I would actually say, the perfect movie. All three of them actually are amazing. So really, really, really good soundtrack. Uh, Great storyline. It's a true classic. Like even the special effects, which sometimes they don't hold up over time as things advance, but I would actually say it looks like it could have been produced in modern times as well. And I think it was done almost probably 20 years ago now, actually. So you couldn't tell though. Honestly, it's a really, really, really good movie. The last night, and I've been building this pretty much every night for a good month now, I would say. Um, and I've been putting on the soundtrack actually of the movie, and it is definitely a nice way to transform the build into a bit more of like a immersive experience. I won't do that today because I'm talking to you guys right now. So, but I will. I'll try to avoid humming different songs from the movie. But if I do, please call me out on it. I'm not that good of a singer. I will definitely admit that. Okay. Almost out of pieces on this part. We've got that there. Oh, that actually doesn't work. Oh, I think I may have miscalculated the pieces. Oh no, no. I think it just hangs off the edge. Yes, it does. Okay, I think. Yeah. So, oh, maybe I no, I did miscalculate it. Get out the trusty brick separator and push this one over. Yep. There we go. That's better. It still does hang off one off the edge, but that's okay. And then we've got these two pieces right here. And they go right there. Starting to have a bit of shape. I think that's where it goes, right? Aha. That's it. Everybody makes mistakes. And I would say on a complicated build like this, it happens more often than I would like to admit because there are so many angles on all the pieces that you kind of have to guess where it's going. But that's okay. Generally, you can catch it pretty easily. There you go. I'll move this a little bit more in frame so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. We've got that on. And I still have a few extra pieces, which always makes me nervous, but that is just part of the deal when you're doing a light well build instruction. So I've still got these, and I've got a couple of these pieces left, but I most likely will guess that we're putting something here. We're just probably going to be putting some wires down for the lighting. So generally that is the standard here. So now we've got bag 10 and 11. Now I try to film this so that I've actually got this for my long form video that I'm producing right now. So just bear with me 2 seconds while I film this shot. There we go. I don't even think I filmed it. Oh well. That is bag 10. So I get to do it all over again with bag 11. There we go. Now I've got a whole pile of Lego here. That is probably going to be a little bit trickier to find the pieces that I need with two bags being needed to be open at the same time. So I might actually dump some of this out if I can find it all. Yeah, I'm already starting to see a few of the pieces that I was after. Okay. Cool. So now what we're going to do is start putting in all of these pieces right here. So the cool thing is we can kind of zoom in, check out all of this stuff as well. And anything that's lit up in green for anyone that's new to Lego, that's the stuff we have to go and find. Now, the best way to do it is to go and find all these pieces, put it on the side, and then if we haven't put them all on that step at the right time, we'll know that we've missed putting a piece on. Generally, I do that, but it depends on the build. So right now, I'm going to find 3 of these. Because it's a bit messy with a bunch of pieces all over the place right now, this is probably the right way to organize my steps here. Otherwise, I will forget a few things because there's a lot of stuff happening on this step. And you want to make sure you get the right piece as well too, which can cause problems in the future. So we got that one. And those little hinge things. I got 2 of those. And I need a right swoop. I don't know what they're called, but let's see. Oh, there it is right there. Got it. I just got these wooden bowls off Amazon actually, and they are really awesome. I find that, first of all, it just sounds cool whenever you're sifting through all the pieces, but it also prevents pieces from falling off your table all the time, which has been really nice. I actually probably should buy some more of them, but it does take up real estate on your desk. So I am finding 3 is okay, but I think I might need one more just to kind of have a staging bowl and extra pieces one and a few others. So, but it is cool. I really like having it, especially wooden ones like this. I think these are oak. I don't think I went with the bamboo ones, but yeah, anyway, long story short, I really like it. And everybody's got their own little system on how they like to organize Lego pieces. Some people I've actually seen get all of the bags dumped for a set. I mean, you probably couldn't do it on a set this big, but maybe. And actually arrange them all by piece and color as well, and just like have them all laid out so you can just grab them really easily. I don't know if that would be faster. I don't think I would enjoy doing that, but some people really like to sort pieces, so each their own. It's probably just as easy to find them in a bowl like this, and then you can make sure that you don't go crazy trying to find the real estate to put on. There's probably like, I don't know, 300 or 400 different pieces all in this type of a set. So yeah, that would be a lot of work, especially with 60 bags plus the sub bags that have them inside the bigger one. So yeah, I don't know. If anyone has any other cool piece sorting techniques, drop a comment on the stream, and I'd love to hear how you build Lego. Maybe I can learn a thing or two. I have definitely picked up a few tips and tricks along the way from others. I certainly can teach you a few along the way as I build. I will show you if I do any single piece views, something that I have figured out myself that I haven't seen anybody else do, that I will definitely show you if I have the chance to do so. We'll come into clarity on what it is and why I do it when I have a chance to do it, which I think I will have a chance on this one, but who knows? It's too hard to explain. But basically, it comes down to arranging pieces in a stack when it's a single piece. Like if it's two or more, it kind of just locks in perfectly. But in a single stack, they can kind of rotate in any direction they want to go if you don't have it perfectly on, and you kind of have to just manually move it around if you're a perfectionist, which I try to be. As I just said that, I think I have made a mistake. I'm pretty sure I have, actually. Yes, I have, because that's the wrong angle. There we go. Start that over. I was thinking that was the wrong area. Hold on a second. I did have it the right way. I don't know what I did here. I have to figure out why these pieces aren't lining properly. Because I put it too far back. That's why. There we go. That should work. Perfect. Now we'll do that again. Okay, there we go. Nice. We got a white wall starting here. That's very cool. This is where it starts to get pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. The design of the bases of most of Lego sets, I'm not a huge fan of. Like putting all the detail of this kind of plate stuff together is not my favorite. But as soon as walls start going up, then I start getting excited because you're like, oh, this is cool. And then you start seeing like the details, and you start seeing a lot of progress actually too, which is kind of fun. Like we're already like 3 or 4 blocks high already. We're starting to put some angles on the walls. We're putting another 1x6 on here, getting some height. This thing is going to be cool. Now, I did read in the Lego instructions that these pieces right here, these white masonry bricks, I think there's a record number on this particular set of 136. I think if I read that correctly, it's a massive amount, and they're actually very nice. I think I'm gonna see if I can actually buy some for my own designs because they are beautifully clean. Like all of these white pieces are really cool. I hope they actually preserve well. One thing that I would recommend as a quick tip for anybody that is into Lego or wants to be, um, white, especially on Lego pieces in the sun, really, really discolors. I've actually had that happen on a really nice set, and it's something that it's devastating because it's not really something that you can solve. Um, but yeah, if try to keep it out of the sun if at all possible, and your Lego pieces will last for a very long time. But the second they hit the sun, they're toast. I would say it doesn't even take that long to yellow them, actually, like maybe a couple months in direct sunlight, and you're going to start to notice yellow. I have heard that there's a technique with some kind of chemical or something that you can maybe bleach it back to white again, but imagine doing that on thousands of white Lego pieces. It's doesn't sound like it's going to be fun. All right, so we have the start of a pretty interesting wall here. We got two of these 1x2s, maybe 1x6, 1x6, and another masonry brick, which I think are over here somewhere. Yep. Cool. Lifted Designs. I don't know if that's still you that's online, but I'm curious to hear what Lifted Designs is all about if you're comfortable sharing on the chat. Is that a Lego account that you have, or do you do other kind of designs? All right. Looks like we got one of these. And I think this is one of these like 2/3 stud high. Yep, these things. This, by the way, I was trying to find this type of piece all over the place on a instruction last night when I was building for at least an hour because it's not something that I have regularly, and it was somewhat critical to my build. And yeah, I looked everywhere, all over the floor, bags, rubbish. It was like it was a mission. I looked again all this and couldn't find it. Managed to build a workaround, which probably I should have just done yesterday, if I'm being honest. But I wanted to keep it as original as possible. And then it turns out that the piece that I needed was actually contained in the next step in the next bag. So there was a bit of a frustrating moment on my build that I may have to share with my bricks. Now, I'm sure many people will probably just move on with that step, but it certainly was a bit of a slowdown. I probably lost a lot of my progress actually yesterday. So if you're on that step, it's kind of like one of these windows right here. I think it actually might be this window. Yeah, it is that window. That's funny. I must have PTSD about it. So if it actually, it's right here. It's one of these little like half or 2/3 stud roundy things that I just put on right here, like that thing with a snot on the other side. Um, that was in the next bag as a friendly tip for anyone doing the light my bricks light well build instructions. I'm sure most of you will not remember that, but if you do, I probably saved you an hour, so hope it helps. Okay, now we've got smooth tiles. Ooh, 2 swords. Interesting. So we're building a bit of a stronghold or weaponry area. That's kind of neat. That's one. Let's see what the other one is. There we go. Cool. So it'll be minifig scale on this wall. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like we flip our wall around and we pop this in right here. Goes like that. Cool. Here we go. Some other substantial pieces. This is probably going to be a wall here. We've got a couple of these. More of these swoopy things. I don't know what these are called, by the way. If anyone knows what these pieces are called, they kind of look like teeth. I'm sure they have a official Lego name, but I have never known them. So I kind of just like I kind of invent piece names as I go. But there's definitely a few that I have learned after watching a few of my fellow Lego YouTube channel. I wouldn't call them colleagues, I guess, but I'm fans of theirs, I guess. So um, definitely have, especially Brixie. I don't know if anyone watches him, but he has such a good knowledge of the names of all of the parts. And I have learned quite a lot of things, even like snot bricks, for example, like stud not on top. Definitely a cool way to understand that. I'm not even sure if that's what Lego calls them, but they probably do. I haven't bothered to actually look, but it is definitely something that I need to probably pick up a little bit more knowledge on so that I can talk to you guys about all the things that I'm doing. All right. So there you go. We've got a statue appearing right here. That looks pretty cool. There's another one. Don't know what this is yet, but I'm putting this on right there. So it's probably like a little window or something. They look cool though. I really love the cool detail pieces. I have to say, there's one thing that I have been surprised about in this set, by the way, for the zero people watching right now. But if you are watching post this recording, um, you will definitely get some commentary, hopefully, that nobody else on Earth gets. Usually we have a few more viewers, but the algorithm is not liking this castle for some reason. Um, anyway, my view on this whole Lego set has been pretty surprising that I have not really noticed a lot of Easter eggs. Like Lego is really famous for their Easter eggs, hiding little details about sets kind of all over the place. And yeah, I have not honestly seen. There's been like a couple. I'm not going to ruin the one. I would say I know, um, but yeah, it's really surprising that I haven't seen like little hidden cool things about the movie or like all the other Lego Lord of the Rings sets have had some cool things. There's been maybe there's two. I'll give it two. Um, but yeah, it's there's nothing really like the um, Barad-dûr Tower, for example, had like so many cool things. There's funny things. They kind of didn't take themselves as seriously on the other ones, I guess. But there's a really cool one in the Rivendell one. Really cool, actually. I love that one. Very prominent, and as you're building it, you kind of figure it out at the last second, and it just like comes into vision. You're like, oh my god, this is so cool. But this one, there's like one. That's all there was, and well, two, I guess, but one actual Easter egg, I would say. And yeah, I'm surprised actually. The one thing that I have looked though is that there has been no stickers. I don't think this, and I don't want to jinx it, but I've opened up all the instruction books and all of the folders, and I have not seen any stickers. So I think this could be the first big Lego Lord of the Rings set that has not had stickers ever. I could be wrong on that fact, and I probably should look that up. But yeah, I love the fact that there hasn't been stickers on this thing. All the window pieces that are all printed. I mean, it's not a lot of printed pieces anywhere, but there's definitely been a few prints here and there. But yeah, it's so good. I honestly, I know it's probably cliche to have somebody complaining about stickers on Lego, but honestly, this is the modern era of building and printing these days, and these sets are really expensive, and it's not that expensive to print on pieces. I mean, you can even get printers at home now that you can print on Lego pieces. There's no excuse to not have it anymore. Like all of the other alt builds all have full printed and they look good. There should be a expectation that there's no more stickers on Lego anymore. Maybe on the kid sets, I get it. I mean, kids love stickers anyways, but as like a display piece and you get something wrong, like there's so much stress involved in like placing the sticker in the right place, and if you mess it up and you have to tear up the corner and it just kind of ruins your like your overall look, and it's just not something that needs to be there. It is a fixable thing, and especially for the cost that they are charging, it's something that should be fixed. No question about it. So if anyone from Lego's watching this, you can add another one to the pile of known uh, complaints out there. And that's not even a complaint. Like, I love Lego and I love building and everything about it, except that one tiny aspect of tearing off a sticker and making sure and hoping for the best. And laying it first down with a brick separator. It's a big tip, by the way, if you're ever doing it. You kind of just put the sticker at the end. Look it up a video. I won't show you now, but sticker at the end, and then you just kind of place it down perfectly. It gets a really good view. Sorry, good experience in putting the sticker down as best as you can. But yeah, it's annoying. Anyway, long story short, there are no stickers in this build. And looks like we are done our decoration piece right here. So pretty cool. Let's pop that on right here. Looks like we got 6 of these. Pop that all on. One column. 2 of the 1x2s. And let's see where this goes. I bet you it's going to be a column kind of supporting over here, but let's see where it goes. Yep, I was right. Right there. Okay, got some more wall pieces right here. This goes right here. So we're just capping off this wall here. I'll have to put a bunch of these right here, but it's starting to look like a fortress. It's pretty awesome. Now, I have said on a few of my recorded commentaries on the long form video that I'm shooting that this is a keep, but I actually don't know if that's a keep or if it's a fortress or it's a castle. And to be completely honest, I don't know the difference between the three, I would say. I think castle means that there's a king that lives there. It's like a house. But keep and fortress, not as familiar in terms of what they are. I probably should know that if I'm building something this massive. So if anybody knows and has the time to type that in the comments on A, what is Minas Tirith defined as, and 2, what are the differences between the 3, that would be pretty awesome. Because I probably have made a mistake filming somewhere along the way. I think on one of my teaser videos on Instagram, I call it a castle. And I'm sure for castle fans out there, they're probably cringing. They were like, it's not a castle. But then if I'm saying keep and it is incorrect there too, I want to know. So educate me, please. And if you are watching this post this live session, shoot me a DM and I'd love to know about it. If I haven't already looked it up by then, but yeah, it'd be good to hear. All right, so I have to build 4 of these. These are definitely cool little design things that are probably going to go like that. So they just go, this is actually one of the cool building techniques that I've learned on this one. So just takes one of these pieces, it goes there, one of these, pops it in like that, and then we just take one by ones, pop them in like this. Now I'm sure if you do a lot of Lego building, you've got a lot of these, so it's pretty easy to actually build. Now, what I was saying earlier, you can kind of see the details of these pieces. They are not quite aligned. Now, the trick that I use is using a table surface as hard as you can, push it down, and that'll actually straighten it out. So you actually get perfectly lined up square pieces. If it focuses, it probably should. There we go. Oh, kind of. There you go. Let's do it again. So pop that on. Do this in my sleep now. I've done this so many times on other parts of the castle. Flatten that out. Get another one. There is a cool design tip for you. Now, the cool thing next is you actually don't stop just with the one by ones. You also put those same swoops, or whatever they're called, on the back side. So you go like this, just like that. Take another one, go like that. So you kind of left with this cool little like spaceshipy type thing, but you can stick it on the back here, so it'll go like that. So, or it goes up like that, but I'm pretty sure it's single up. So we just pop that on. Pop it on again. 2 out of 4 done. 4 done again. There we go. 4 of them done. Oh, I was wrong. The spikes go up the top. So here we go. Boom. Oh, now I'm building an archway here. So this is pretty cool. We have one of these. Got another one right here. And that is going right there. Start of a cool castle wall. Maybe I'm going to lower this a little bit so you can actually see a bit more of a detailed view. That's a bit too low. There, that's probably a bit better. Okay, so the single brick piece again. So let's just say you had this. See how that piece is angled? All you have to do, push that down. Usually on 2 sides, you can kind of correct it. This is a bit of a soft felt pad, so it doesn't work as good on this type of a surface, but push down and you got a perfect seal, perfect alignment. It saved me so much time over the years because I used to have to just manually like do the bottom one and then I do the one up top, and then if you do the bottom one, then the top one rotates, and they all just kind of want to go in their own separate directions. So if you lean it against a hard surface, that is so much better for your sanity. There you go. We've got the second part. Ooh, here we go. Here's some lighting now. Maybe this is why you've come here. So I've already opened up bag one earlier, but what I'm going to do here, let's pop in the lighting components now. So now what we're going to do, ooh, this is cool. So we actually are going to feed in one of the AMF WW30s. So that means it is a Astro Mini, I think is what it stands for, and then flame, so F for flame. So this is actually going to be a flicker effect. And then the WW is warm white. And then the 30 means how long the cable is. You want to make sure that you match every single letter and number that it tells you to do in the instructions, because if you put the wrong length of cable, you are going to run out of cable, and it is not going to be fun to tear apart all this stuff. So let's get the right one going here. So this one right here, this is the AL. Oh, that's not the right one either. Takes a bit of time. AMF, there it is. AMF WW30W. So this is the new white cables that Light My Bricks have produced just for this set. And this is a very, very fine, delicate one. Just tear them off like that. Generally, they come across or come out pretty easy. You want to make sure that you get all of the remnants of the stickers off of the cables, especially on the thin ones, so that you have a clean look and it doesn't get caught on anything as well. So this is the full length of the cable right here. You can kind of see how thin it is. That's the plug end. It's like almost invisible if you look at it top down. And that is the light end. Now these are tiny, tiny little lights here. You can barely see it on camera here. But what I'm going to do is feed it in through this little spyglass thing, which are hollow. They just go right through inside the Lego piece. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. So I'm going to pop that right in. And it's going to create a little bit of a flicker effect inside. And then all I have to do is put a flame at the top. And grab this. Probably fold it up a little bit. It probably doesn't actually need it, but I'll make sure that it catches the orange part. There you go. So now I have a flame flicker with a cable coming out of it. And that means that now on the back side of this wall, we have a cable and a wire right there. And it just snaps on exactly like a Lego piece. And because of these new white cables, it's pretty much invisible throughout the entire build. Now, the instructions actually do not have this going anywhere. It kind of just goes out like that and then around the top. So what I tend to do, if the cable has enough length, is I try to hide the cable and manage it a little bit better than just kind of pushing it down. So it does say to just go here, and I think there's going to be staircase here, so maybe this is not worth the effort. But what you could do if you wanted to is take off this piece and actually feed the wire underneath it. You do lose a tiny bit of length that way. I might do it now just to kind of show you what I'm thinking. You don't always have to follow the instructions if you have other ideas. I look at this more as inspiration more than instruction. So if you go like that, the cool thing about these particular cables here is if you go down like that, you can literally just push it down against the wall. And And if I can get that cable stuffed in there enough. Doesn't want to sit there. I don't want to pull it too hard. A bit more length here. There you go. There. Keeps the cable nice and tidy so that I don't have to worry about anyone seeing that, and it is completely invisible. Wald, you keep coming in and out. I hope your summer's going well, my friend. I know you said last time that you're looking for work so you can go buy some Lego. So I hope that that mission is successful for you. All right, BW30. These are the power cables of the Light My Brick system. I'm going to take off the sticker again into the sticker graveyard. I'm going to take a picture of how many stickers I've actually kept on this set. It's quite a massive amount of lighting and cables that you would not imagine on something like this. I actually was pretty surprised to see the amount of wiring everywhere because it didn't look like, I thought it was just going to be a bunch of like exterior lights, but in typical Light My Bricks fashion, they did a bang up job on inside and out. There's probably one light I disagreed with that I may or may not show in the final reveal video, but for all those watching right now, the one that I wasn't a particular fan of was inside the king's chamber in the backside. There's like one white downlight that kind of shines down and kind of washes out the cool flame flicker effects of the whole interior that I didn't quite understand why they needed that one, to be honest. Maybe it looks better now that I have all of the roof in and it needed it because maybe it was a bit too dark or something. But yeah, it was something that I wasn't really needing. Oh, here you go. Look, I didn't even need to take out those, those cables because, or those pieces, because I can just pop in this plate right here. Oh well, it's down there now. So we've got that piece done. And got that. I think everything else is running over there perfectly. A few more of these. Okay. Oh, still going. Two more, it looks like. Oh, maybe one more. I was mistaken. Looks like I just need a single 1x1 brick. Dark tan. And I don't see it anywhere. Could it be in the pile of Okay, throw them down here. Very possibly, something that's small. Don't see it anywhere. Oh, it's in this pile. It's hidden. Okay. So we have this jagged wall over here. That's the other thing, by the way, about these bowls. They stack very nicely. So I am done with them, can save some desk space. And when I need them closer, I just stack it on top. It's pretty awesome. Right. Okay. Oh, you just built stairs. Oh, that's cool. I had no idea these were stairs. Look at that. No way. That surprised me. I thought that was a wall. But look at that. It's kind of like built from some really interesting pieces. So cool. I don't think I've ever seen stairs built like that. So that means I did know that there was going to be stairs here. So now we have solved that mystery fairly quickly. Now let's stuff the cables in the right spot so that they don't get pinched. One tough thing about working with cables is cables sometimes want to go places that you don't want them to go. So if you are finding that, try to have one hand hold them in the place you want it to be, and the other hand, you can kind of maneuver them by pushing them out of the way. So there, I got it right there. Done. So we have some pretty invisible cables, just this one white one, which is pretty good. And then this one is going to run all along the top here, which I bet you we're going to be putting with some tiles to cover that off. We've already got one coming in right here. Just to close that off. And as you can see on these cables, this is what's super cool about it. It actually fits in between the studs. And as long as you aim it in the right place, you can just pop it down. No issues. That is so good. Absolutely awesome. Now, I did make a mistake though. And I was supposed to put a 1x2 underneath and have it overhang. So I will do it again for you. There you go. Perfect. Even better. We have the cable sticking out of here. This is going somewhere else. I don't know where yet. Probably to the next model on this side. Actually, you know where it's going to go? I bet you it's going to go here because they have ball bearings, and this is a ball bearing joint right here too. So I bet you it'll go something like that. Yeah. Cool. We're getting there. Definitely getting there. All right. So same as the other ones. Close that off. I mean, how cool is this? I don't know if you guys are into as much lighting as me, but this is just too cool that you can just put a light cable underneath these like basically super sticky, very hard to maneuver Lego pieces if there's literally any misalignment at all, but somehow these defy the laws of physics and you can just fit it without any displacement noticeable. It feels literally like you're pushing down a piece of Lego still. So, and you can hide an entire two cables underneath this thing. Like it's unreal. It is absolutely unreal. I am such a fan, and they are amazing lighting kits, and I highly recommend that you go check out one if you're ever curious about it. Don't do something if this is your first one. Don't do something as big as this one. Probably for your first one, this is definitely for an experienced builder on both the Lego side and on the lighting side. Excuse me, the Lego side. Um, but I mean, if you're up for the challenge, go for it. But start with something a little bit smaller because your patience is sometimes tested, but all in the right ways. And I have found I have developed new areas of focus in my life as well, where I can basically do this little surgery without stressing about it anymore. It used to really stress me out. And with this new system, I think it's probably taken a lot of that away. Um, but yeah, it's a joy, especially when you get to turn it on. I mean, that is the joy of the whole experience for me. Like even cooler than being like, "Ha! I built a cool Lego set." This is like I built a cool Lego set, and I get to magically light it up so that there's a flame effect on it. It actually animates right on your table or right on your desk or wherever you're going to put this thing. It completely transforms your whole house, and it has on mine. It's actually probably one of the best parts of my day is when the sun goes down. I immediately have my light kit sets all lit up almost immediately, and my whole house is glowing tastefully. I haven't overdone it, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, speaking of lights, I get to do another one. This is a looks like just a spotlight. There's quite a few of these on this particular build. That's why I wasn't thinking it was going to be too heavy on the lighting side of things. But this is a Astrolight W15 with a white cable. So there's a W at the end as well. So the Astrolights are just these kind of normal, brighter, bigger lights that are pretty standard, I would say, across most of the Lightma Brick system. Take off the sticker, make sure that I've got it all off, which I have. Straighten it out. Now, the cool technique as well that I always use on these ones is I bend this. These are pretty resilient wires. Bend it at like, actually, I would even go more than 90 degrees on stuff like this. What you do is you just feed in the cable right through there and set it down perfectly inside the stud like this. And then you pop it in, holding that light. Pop it in like that. And there you've got a spotlight built. Pretty easy. Really easy, actually. You do it enough times, you definitely get used to it, but these ones are definitely the easiest out of all of them. So it looks like we're going to be illuminating the exterior of the wall at an angle probably similar to this right here. So we pop that on. You can always adjust the lighting direction as well, but it looks like this cable is going underneath just like that. Try not to have it sticking up almost trip hazard level in terms of not having the cable exposed too much. So try to push it down into cracks along edges, basically anything that's not going to get noticed. The biggest thing that I try to have in all of my builds is invisible wires. Because the second you see a cable hanging out in Middle Earth, your illusion is ruined. So I really, really am a stickler for being very, very careful in hiding as all the wires as best as you possibly can. You get better at it over time. I've definitely developed a few techniques over time as well, but I mean, this system is pretty amazing. I mean, this is following the instructions to the letter of the law, and I am not having any issues at all right now in terms of hiding based on how they've told me to do it, which is excellent. Sometimes they just kind of run it along the edge of the top of the roof, which generally can be okay, but not always. So you kind of find your own ways sometimes. I've even built false walls before. I built like a ceiling holder to kind of hide some of the docks and a few other things like that. So you kind of just get a feel for it. The cool thing about Lego is you can kind of tinker with things and get it exactly how you want it. You don't always have to follow it right down to how somebody else tells you how to do it, and you can change anything you want. It's your set. That's what's cool about it. All right, so I have, I think it's right here. This goes. Now the cool thing is, I am starting to use some of the pieces that have been sitting here for quite a long time, which actually is pretty satisfying because you kind of get the desk space back for one, but second of all, you're kind of getting that sense of completion feeling as well too, right? You're like, oh, finally, now that's where that goes. It's definitely a inner voice in my mind sometimes whenever I am building this stuff where I'm like, I when you finish a bag, you're like, yes, sense of accomplishment, tick, another thing done. It kind of clears it out of your mind. So it's a cool feeling. Gets going faster too. There's a little bit of a mini rush as well. You can kind of feel when you're like, I know exactly where those pieces are. You're just like boom, 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 getting stuff done faster and faster because it's easier to see where the pieces are. You've got a sense of where everything is landed whenever you pour it out into a bowl. So it's fun. It is fun. It's a very fun hobby. I'm privileged to be sharing it with anyone that's watching this, either live or after. So thank you for watching. It has been fun putting this together for you tonight. I am probably going to stop the stream right now to just finish this off without talking to myself. But yeah, I'll maybe run it for a few more minutes and then I will shut down for the evening and I'll just finish off this bag and probably go to bed and start again in the morning in Australia time. So I'll give it a few other different time zones just to give a chance to anyone else that's curious about seeing it locally or other parts of the world. But yes, as I said, thank you for watching. It's always fun hearing from fellow Lego fans and people that are as passionate about this stuff as I am. It's fun to share it with you. It's a great hobby and highly recommend if you want to check out any lighting kits. Um, Check out my Instagram channel as some inspiration on some of the things that I've done over the last year or so that I've been filming this. But yeah, give a lighting kit a chance. I promise you it will not disappoint after it is put together. And there's definitely some fun experiences, particularly the one that I'm building right now, the Light My Bricks one. So yeah, check out their website, lightmybricks.com, I think is their website. Lego.com. My affiliate links for the Lego system as well too, if you wanted to pick up this set or any others, are on my bio, I believe, on my link tree. They are also on my Instagram feed if you want to check out the Bricklight Chronicles page over there. Definitely lots of stuff to kind of peruse through in a bit more of a short form content kind of a view. But yeah, that's it for tonight, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I will put some more content on very shortly. This is part of a full professional, as good as I can do professional, I guess, um, build video that I am compiling right now. That is, I put a lot of love and care and work into, and will continue to do so probably for the next week or so. And yeah, I hope it turns out. But yeah, you guys got an early preview of some of the stuff that I've been building on this thing. So I've captured some really cool, in-depth, detailed shots and commentary along the way as well too. So check out my channel for that. Probably maybe in the next week or two, I should have it up. But yeah, it's been fun, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks, everyone. See you later.